Hey guys, off to MudMowers. Today we're getting the Honda running. Enjoy! Working on the timing belt here on the Honda Bifo. So I've cleaned up that drive pulley down there, the timing belt pulley. It's all spotless now. I got all of that removed from its screws, and I still gotta tighten this nut down. I just used a punch because I didn't have a big enough wrench to fit that. And there's also a washer you bend over to keep it from spinning. So I've got the T aligned with that. I'm not sure what F means. It might mean file, like I said. But I got the T aligned, which I think is top. And I've also got those marks down there aligned. Should be all good. You can also see it. This is all aligned, but the timing is way over here. The coil actually sits right about here, so it's a little bit advanced, I think. All assembled. Okay, so before this thing was like flopping around like crazy. Now it's not as bad. I can hold it kind of still. I think I do need a bigger string on that there. And what I had before is that bottom belt. I had that one hooked up, going up here. Let me grab the light. I had it going up here. And what I don't have is this front transmission mounted. So I can push it away like that. I need to have mounts to push it down. And the frame, it was grinding on the frame there, so that's why it was all kind of unsteady and stuff. So it's a lot better now, I think. Definitely think a bigger string could help that. And that's why the engine has such a dramatic load on it. It's a little bit hard to clutch right now because it likes to fall off the instant you do that. That's me pulling on it, that's it, so I think I might even make a double string off. First gear, second gear, third gear, first, fifth gear, and we got sixth gear. Let's try dropping it back down and see if they're right. Fifth, first, third, second, first, and neutral, yep, and reverse, there we go. We'll pop it in that third, fourth, fifth, sixth, I believe. So, hopefully the belt doesn't fall off when I do this, but oh, I think it wants to fall off. That floppy one, that's the driven. That goes all the way back there and comes back up to this side, the left one. It seems to be working beautifully. Like I said, I don't want to clutch it because I put the clutch and that belt is just ready to fall off down there, so don't need to clutch it now. I want to see what kind of wheel speed we can get. I put my lock collars on, but I don't have any spaces on it there, so hopefully the wheels don't like fly in and mess some stuff up here. I think it seems to be a little bit under-jetted, but if I'm right, when I assembled it, I had it at the max steel ratio, so maybe it's just cold, I don't know, but we'll try it out here. And that rattle, I don't have any of the muffler bolts except those four, so I need to get those two more, I think, that hold the muffler on itself, not just the manifold. But oh, that's some speed, alright. That's about 3,600 RPMs while we look for that. Oh, it sounds beautiful. Also nice and quiet though, right? Let's try taking out of here. Oh, I set that ring. That's neutral. There's also a lot of loose stuff on it, as you can hear. It's nice. It's mainly this muffler pipe. Made a big difference. See if we can get the idle to change much. Oh man, this thing is beautiful. How low will it go? It'd go way lower than that, but I've got the clutch on right now. That's a nice little calm idle. So tires are mounted up. There's those. I'm just playing with the hubs over here now. These are the front ones that are really like dished in, as you can see it in there. There's that will be facing towards the end. And there's the valve stem, which hopefully won't interfere with all of the hub stuff in there. But I got the backs on too. Lock collars. Here's a lock collar. I drilled a little hole, just tiny little like dimple, into this axle so the thing has something to tighten onto. So that's all nice. Nice looking tires on there, I like them. 22 inch I believe, 22 10 by 8, 10 inch wide, 8 inch rim. Moving on to this side, we've got the front transmission in progress. So you can see I got the grease up in there because there's a grease fitting on that. I'm gonna put some more like grease fitting caps. You take the cap off to put the grease gun on. I've got my grommet seal type deal, my bearings, same on this side. I've also got the diff lock. So it's spinning here without messing too much up. It's very just solid differential gears packed in there. Has some bolts on these extra 2 spider gears to stabilize them in there. I was actually surprised how nice this worked out. So I've got like very minimal in play, very minimal in play again, and then like it's all nice and tight, you know, like it works awesome. So shouldn't have any problem with that. I hope. It's my first time trying it out. It is cincered steel, so it doesn't like heat much. So hopefully this will work. I can't just solid axle swap it because I got these splines for the universal joints right there. You can also see I got my 2 studs in here for the transmission because I accidentally drilled this one too far in there. I wasn't actually even supposed to touch these. I was just supposed to leave the original case bolts in those, and the rest are drilled out. That kind of see below it, but I accidentally drilled through, so I finally got that bolt out, which was a pain. Threads can be cleaned up. I just welded a nut on and had barely enough room to take enough like sticking out, so that would work fine. I just threw this stud in here too. I didn't have to, but it kind of made sense around the brake, so that's all nice. Put the case on, fits so nice. So I got my seal in that, I got my seal up in there, got these 2. I'm going to drop a penny into that. I'm going to just leave this one dry, which I'll probably pull these gears out one more time and clean all of this stuff that's got in there now. But I'm going to leave the balls out for now because I'll just be able to twist this cap out and then drop the spring and ball in there. So yeah, let's get started. Because this had an oil leak on it, I took all the radiator stuff off. The radiator's up there. Kind of pressure tested it, and I think it's just that plug there that you unscrew. It doesn't have a washer, so I think that's the reason why the radiator is leaking on this side, which was where that plug sits. And then it was leaking oil. I put oil in it and let it sit for a couple of days. Once I ran it, I noticed it was dripping. I think what happened is all the oil went up here and went down the journals as it sat, and then somehow this seal got installed wrong, because that don't look right. And then you can see the whole top half looks just perfect, you know. So what I'm thinking is there's these two case halves at an angle. This top one isn't very sharp, but this bottom one, it's a lot sharper. You could cut yourself on it probably. So I think that's what destroyed half of this seal, because the other half isn't destroyed on it. Luckily, I do have a backup seal for this. I actually bought this one a couple months ago. I didn't put it in, so I didn't notice, but I put it on the spark plug wire, and I went and bought a new one. And then the day it got here, I found it on the spark plug wire. So I guess it kind of worked out in the end, because I do have another one to put in there. So I'll go ahead and get that in there, fill it up on oil again, and then hopefully I won't have any leaks on this thing. So I got a little bit of front end work done here. I've just got these big, I think it's like 1 1/4 maybe by 1 inch, something like that, box tube, rectangular tube I guess if you want to call it. I got it hooked up on there, and then it's on the back, and then later on I will weld it in that seam. So that's all nice. Did it on both. Has a lot of up and down support. Got these mounts. Help the belt from popping off, because the transmission wants to do that. Got the shifter hookup, and that's pretty much it. Laid some decent beads on that. So yeah, it looks nice. I'm not going to complete this just yet, because I'm going to put some kind of bumper on it. But I'm not going to do the bumper yet, because I need to get this thing driving. Anyways, I want to change the belt. I don't actually want to put the belt on. If I take these 2 set screws off, I can't get the pulley off because it rides below this. And that means I'm going to have to take those bolts out, those bolts out, and all of the hubs off if I want to change the belt, which hopefully I won't have to change it often, but we'll see. So now, I gotta change that belt, like that. So now, the belt is on there. Just took the bolts out, loosened those ones, took those ones out, got it tilted enough. So that should be good. I'm looking at steering pelts on this, which I've already robbed off those brackets there, which originally went down here. They pivot on this pin, and these holes are supposed to be down here. When they pivot on this pin, they come out here. They're actually really ingenious, because it keeps it out of the rim. These rims are actually flipped, so they really hug on this. I flipped them out just so I have some room to work with. If I put them in, it'd actually be more in line, but I'm not too picky about how it's going to stick out, just to maybe 2 more inches on each side. But I was looking at if I flip this up, maybe I could get like all of the pelts up in here and get the steering on, but I did not realize that the tire would get that close. So I'm going to flip it all back, put those pins back in. I was looking at using an axle shaft to like extend this, but that's not needed anymore. I'm going to take the rest of this apart. I'm going to use these arms as they are stock. They've actually got little ball joints on this, so they're not going to be too bad. They're also adjustable, which makes it nice. So I'm going to take those off. I'm going to take this arm off, and I'm going to take that off. I probably won't be using this just because it sticks way too much up than I need it to, because I can put all of this steering on, and I can connect these 2 tie rods, like these 2 tires, once I bolt on that piece. I can connect the 2 tires and everything and have it come up the transmission without even cutting or grinding anything. The tricky part will be getting it from this up to that. At the top here, that shaft will stick out like that. Like I said, there's too much stuff. That arm would stick up right about here where my support is. So I might try to cut it down and just weld something like a very thin plate on it. It would go like this. It could hover right over that transmission differential, and it would go back to that yellow bushing spot there. So it could go like that, about 4 inches maybe, and then it pretty much just points. It actually points a little bit off to the side, right about to where that jack stand is, just a little bit beyond it, kind of where my clutch is. So it'd come like this, and then I could steer it like that, and there should be enough room. There's definitely enough room going back there. I shouldn't even really have to worry about it hitting anything up here. So I'm gonna test it out. I'm really glad that I found out I can use all the stock stuff to get like 99% of my steering done. The only tricky part will be getting it from I was looking at kind of what if we go on that side. Hit my belts too much. But if it comes from here, goes straight up to there. I could even go on this side. And I'd have a nice little section you can see in there for it to go in. So that'd be too much leverage. And it'd take a lot of steering, which might actually work better with these big tires on it. I don't know. And it would also be a lot simpler if it went right in between there too. Just because it's straight shot pretty much. If I spin this, I can also see those ones spinning. And I can turn it, you know. I mean, you could turn all the way up in there, but I would probably stay. I'm thinking straight with this right about there, like that for both ways. Something like that. You can also see my other axle spin too. One more thing. Expect this to be the last update video of this tractor. You're watching part 11 of this series. This should theoretically be the last video because next video you see should be this thing driving and the final video of this thing in the build series. So I'm going to need a lot of time to get good shots of this thing, a lot of editing time, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to try to get the video up by next Friday, so just expect it if you're usually used to my videos being out Wednesday. But anyways guys, stay tuned for more.